I'm just making up a person here to paint on the left. And then it wasn't anything personal, it wasn't a self-portrait. Until I moved to the centerpiece, I timed each one of these three sections for about 15 minutes. And then the last one I took quite a bit longer. So all in all, there was about an hour spent playing around with this. And my theory is that if I paint with watercolors enough, I will teach myself how they work. One of the problems is I'm so used to painting with acrylics or drawing with a pen that I still use watercolors the same way I use those mediums. And I know that I could do a better job of letting the watercolor flow into places. I just haven't quite figured out how to do that yet, but I will keep practicing and keep playing. So I started with the woman on the left, wasn't particularly me, moved to the drawing in the center of the woman with the cane because I have graduated from my walker after my spinal injury to a cane. And so yesterday I had a really nice walk outside with the cane. It was a little bit difficult, another learning experience, but it's nice to be out without the walker. So this started to be a little story about me and what's happening to me lately. I'm still struggling with the watercolor process. I still really want to take a pen to this because that's what I know how to do. But I am going to stick with the watercolor and see what happens. Now I'm moving to a third section. And this one, I spent a lot of time over the last few months just sitting in a chair or laying down in bed because that's all I could manage to do. So I decided to draw a little picture of that. Now, one of the things that it's pretty easy for me to do because I have been drawing for so long and looking at things that I can kind of see how they sit in a space, and I can make them up and make it work okay. So if I was to encourage somebody to make art, either painting, drawing, or watercoloring or whatever, I would encourage them to do a fair amount of drawing too, because it just helps you sort of understand how things fit together. And so it wasn't very intimidating for me to draw a chair without any pre-planning or without a pencil, and then try to put a person sitting in it. It wasn't terribly successful at first. The person was sitting kind of funny in there and was out of proportion, but I played with it for a while until I got kind of excited about it. I ended up spending a little bit more than 15 minutes on this part, and then I tied them all together in some fashion and aged the people a little bit by making their hair gray, or my hair gray, or whoever's hair gray. I don't know. Anyway, this is all great fun. I love making up stories or telling stories, or even looking at things that are really happening and telling a story about them. In this case, some of it was really happening and some of it was just made up. I hope you enjoy watching this. I enjoyed making it. I'm going to try to do something like this every day. I don't know if I will do a video about it every day. We'll see what happens. I'm now just starting to come out of my stupor from this accident and all the recovery period afterward. I'm no longer taking pain medicine, and I'm getting out more, and I'm moving better, and I'm about to have a little procedure that should make my back even better. So things are getting better, and we'll see what happens with these portraits or storyboards. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And at this point, everything in me wants to take a pen to this and tidy it up and make it what I know how to do already. But I have promised myself I'm just going to stick with watercolor for this process and this learning. And so I that's what I did. And this is what I got.